It's 3 a.m. You're exhausted, the room is pitch black, and you have to be up in 5 hours for your clinical shift. But the moment you close your eyes, your brain decides it is time for a marathon. It starts replaying a mistake you made 3 years ago or simulating a social crisis that hasn't even happened yet. You feel your heart rate climb, and suddenly you're wider awake than you were at noon. Why does your mind wait until you're most vulnerable to turn into a 24-hour news cycle of stress? It's not a glitch, and it's not because you're weak. It's actually a specific neurological shift that happens when the sun goes down. To understand nighttime overthinking, you have to understand the power struggle inside your skull. During the day, your prefrontal cortex is the chief executive officer. This is the logical part of your brain responsible for emotional regulation. When a stressful thought pops up at 2 p.m., the CEO filters it out and says, "Not now. We're busy." But at night, the CEO goes home. As you get tired, the prefrontal cortex powers down to save energy. This leaves the amygdala, your brain's ancient emotional alarm system, with absolutely no supervision. The amygdala doesn't understand logic. It only understands threat and safety. Without the logic boss there to calm it down, every tiny worry feels like a life or death emergency. In psychiatry, we call this an amygdala hijack. This is why you suddenly care about that cringy thing you said to your crush in 2019. Your amygdala is treating a minor social awkwardness like a literal tiger attack. It's not a tiger, it's just your brain being dramatic because the boss left the building and the intern is in charge. There's a second player here, the default mode network, or the DMN. This kicks in whenever you aren't focused on a task. During the day, you're fed information from your phone or textbooks. This keeps your brain busy. But the second you hit the pillow, you starve your brain of input. When the brain is hungry for information and finds none, it starts digesting itself. The DMN is naturally biased toward negative memories. It digs up your greatest hits of embarrassment just to have something to process. You aren't ruminating because you want to. You're ruminating because your brain is a high-speed engine spinning its wheels in the mud of your subconscious. By the way, if you are currently watching this at 2 a.m. instead of sleeping, I see you. Put the phone down after this video. So, how do we shut this down? You have to use biology to fight biology. First, use a brain dump. Physically writing your thoughts on paper signals to your brain that the data is safe and stored. This allows the amygdala to stand down because the threat has been documented. Second, try the physiological sigh. Inhale deeply through your nose. Take a tiny second inhale at the very top. Then let out a long, slow exhale through your mouth. Doing this just 3 times mechanically forces your heart rate to drop and switches your nervous system from fight or flight to rest and digest. Finally, use cognitive shuffling. Pick a word like bedtime. Think of 5 objects that start with B, then 5 with E, and so on. This occupies the verbal part of your brain with junk food, so it doesn't have the energy to generate worry data. It's impossible to overthink your life while you're trying to remember 5 types of pasta that start with the letter P. Your brain isn't broken, it just needs an operator. It doesn't have an off switch, but it definitely has a dimmer. Use these tools tonight to dim the lights. Hit that subscribe button to master your mind every week. Go try that physiological sigh, and I'll see you in the next video after a good night's sleep. Sweet dreams.